Bears fans, check it out. We got the new stitches in today, baby. They came. I am working on uploading that video right now as we speak. However, I do want to talk about some good that came out of yesterday's game against the Commanders, because I am off of my high horse. I have sobered up and I have came back down to earth just a little bit. So let's talk about the good in the game. I think that there's excuse me. I think there's a couple of good things that we could talk about here. We'll talk about the defense as a whole up until that Hail Mary. Your defense kept the number one red zone offense out of the end zone 4 separate times yesterday. And that says a lot about the defense. Yeah, sure, you were still giving up a lot of yards. Jayden Daniels got a lot of yards. But when it came down to it, you held them to field goals when it mattered. And your defense keeps that streak alive of 21 or less. I would say that that's pretty successful for the defense, considering that Jayden Daniels could have walked all over you, and it could have been 21-0 at the half. You get the defense really stepped up pretty much all game in my book. I have nothing but good things to say about the defense. They played wonderful, and they kept you in the game all day long. All day long they kept you in the game. I mean, there were so many times where that game should have gotten out of hand, and it didn't. It didn't, and that's on the defense. The defense really held it down when it mattered. The defense really did their job. I mean, there's really no way around it. You can't dismiss what the defense did yesterday for you guys at all. I think that Tyreek Stevenson has some things to work on. There's some unnecessary foul calls for penalties, and that missed assignment on that Hail Mary was a little ridiculous. But you know what? Just be better than the old Bears. Take it, learn, improve on to next week in Arizona. So that is very, very good. And DeAndre Swift, for the 4th week in a row, over 100 yards rushing. I mean, the guy just cannot be stopped when you stick to the run game. I think that he has shown that he is more than reliable in the run game. And I think that there was a couple of questionable calls, like, using our backup center to run the ball that ended up being a fumble when you were getting your offense going. But DeAndre Swift he is a constant on our offense right now, and you can't move past that. I called for an Odunze breakout game. I wouldn't say that it was a breakout game, but he was the number one wide receiver in yesterday's game, which good to see that he's getting his time to shine. I think that, he could definitely build on that going into Arizona. And, between him, Moore, and Keenan Allen, I mean, that's a really solid receiver core there. So, I mean, you guys can keep building on that pass game with the intermediate yards. I know that Caleb Williams had a couple of overthrows and an underthrow in there, and there was one in double coverage that was really questionable. But, as a whole, it's good to see that the entire offense is getting used when Caleb Williams has the time. I absolutely love to see that. That is excellent growth out of a quarterback that really you don't expect to see this soon in the season. You tend to see that, weeks 14, 15, 16, and then into year 2. And Williams is doing that now. I mean, he's been doing that all season. He's been constantly growing all season, which is, I love to see that. And then, speaking of your quarterback one, things did not go his way that first half. And, instead of letting it block him for that second half, he went and marched you downfield, 3 separate times. And 3 separate times, at least in my mind, he did what a number 1 overall quarterback should do. He didn't let it get to him. He kind of put the first half on the back burner, said forget about it, and went and did number 1 things in that second half. Not so much even really the third quarter. It was mainly just the fourth quarter. But, I mean, he went, 8 for 11 and 94 yards, I want to say. I just got done recording the Jersey video, and I don't have my laptop right in front of me to be looking at the stats. But, it shows that his continued growth especially in adversity when they were down hard. It didn't look like they were going to score any offensive points. He went down there and got him for you, along with that awesome DeAndre Swift run. I mean, the offense keeps finding ways late in the game. I just want to see that complementary football over an entire game. You know, try to expand on that first and second quarter to get more production out of the offense. And then, you know, the other positive that I saw, I know it rubs a lot of people the wrong way because it seemed like it was half-assed, but you know what? Good on Tyreek Stevenson to go publicly apologize. I think that he did the right thing there. I heard that, you know, when they did all the media sessions today, it sounded like that he had the conversation with the team and apologized to them as well. So it looks like he's doing the right thing to take the accountability. Again, I know that some people don't like the way that he went about it, but I still think that he did a pretty decent job there. So yeah, you know, even though it wasn't a win because of that Hail Mary, there are still some positives to take out of the game and take into next week. So we will have to see what happens on Sunday football because anything can happen there, Bears fans. So with that, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We'll catch you in the next one.